Amen. But Pastor Campbell, keep pressing. Amen. So, 1976, Steve Jobs and two friends started building computers from his garage. They did this for a while. They sold their first computer for $500. Some years earlier, 10 miles down the road, Bill Hewlett and Dave Packard launched their company, Hewlett Packard, with an investment of just $538 in a 12 by 18 garage compartment. Years before his garage in Belleville, Washington began developing software. In July 1990, Boaz, if I get his name right, launched Amazon.com. Larry Page and Sergey Brin, in the mid-1990s, started their business in a garage. 8 years later, they moved from there to an office building with 8 employees and launched Google. Mattel, 1945, Matt, Ruth, and Elliot were making picture frames out of their garage. With the scrap wood, Elliot started making dollhouse furniture. I'm reading these stories. We love stories like this, don't we? Because these are people just like you and I that start from the bottom. And they have very little in life. They have just a little bit of money, a little bit of really success. And they start, and by staying with it through all the struggles and disappointments, they end up building something powerful. We love stories like that. That's like pioneering, amen. Exodus chapter 3 is all about God meeting with Moses at the burning bush. You know the story there. God tells Moses, I've heard the cries of the people of Israel, and then I'm sending you to Egypt to stand before Pharaoh to tell Pharaoh, let my people go, and on and on. I don't know, Moses doesn't fill up the text here. Moses isn't this big, successful guy. He doesn't feel confident here. Matter of fact, said these words to God, who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the children of Israel out of Egypt? Suppose they won't believe me. I am slow to speak. I know that's all of us. The will of God's bigger than we are. If God doesn't help us, we're all in trouble. Let's go to our text, Exodus chapter 4. Exodus 4, we start verse 2. Then the Lord said to Moses, what is that in your hand? He said, a staff. And he said, throw it on the ground. So he threw it on the ground, and it became a serpent. And Moses ran from him, but the Lord said to Moses, put out your hand and catch it by the tail. So he put out his hand, caught it, and it became a staff in his hand. And that they may believe that the Lord, the God of Abraham, the Father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob has appeared to you. Again, the Lord said to him, put your hand inside your coat. And put his hand inside the coat, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leopard as white as snow. Then God said, put your hand back inside your coat. And he put his hand back inside his coat, and he took it out. Behold, it was restored like the rest of his flesh. Father, in Jesus' name I pray this morning. God, your wisdom, revelation, God, help us this morning. God, we have no power in our flesh ourselves. God, we desperately need you. God, we're trusting, God, for a word from heaven. God, help us in Jesus' name. Growing into the will of God. Growing into the will of God. The will of God is bigger than you and I. Again, for Moses, the will of God was going to Egypt, standing before Pharaoh, leading 3 million people out of Egypt, the Canaan land, the promised land. Amen. That's a lot bigger than Moses. The will of God is never at once. Moses' first step was to go stand before Pharaoh, and Egypt was saying to him, let my people go. You know, God told me when I first got saved, listen, one day you're going to go to Africa, spend 8 years there. You're going to go to some different places in the city. I'd probably die. I had a heart attack or something. We can't handle all that at once. Bigger, the will of God is something we grow into. It's bigger than us. Amen. So if we stay with this thing, we see through the life of Moses that the will of God is never or something that we grow into. The burning bush and standing before Pharaoh was only his start. You know the story, Pharaoh refuses at first. Who's your God? I'm not releasing anybody. And he resists until Moses told him to go back. But after some time, how many know God's got a way of convincing people? God convinced Pharaoh through some plagues, through some flies, adding some lice, and some bloody water, finally, Pharaoh said, hey, you can go, man, you can go. God's got his way, amen. But through all the struggles, the difficulties, the hardship, amen, Moses sticks with it, amen, along the way. How many know there's struggles along the way? But Moses and the people of God, amen, are delivered from Egypt, are on their way. They face raging seas, bitter waters, desert heat, thirst, hunger, wars, but they stay with it. And as they stay with it, amen, God helped them. They see the faithfulness of God. That's the message to you and I. As we stay with it, amen. How many know we're not, if you're like me anyway, you're not going to get 100 right when you go out. We want 100 right when you go out. I thought I was going to get 100, but I didn't. Amen. I barely got any. But maybe you're struggling right now. You're going through some setbacks and failures. Remember Chandler. Oftentimes, I love hearing Pastor tell the story how Chandler started a hot dog stand. I wasn't here at that time. I came on Comstock, but I love hearing the story. We know Chandler's a powerhouse revival center today, conference center, churches all around the world. But remember how Chandler started. Hot dog stand, just a few people, amen, believing God, but through all the struggles and difficulties, through the years, they stayed with it. We're going to stay. We're going to believe God. Now look what it is today. We'll start out the burning bush in our text. The Bible says it ends up in the promised land. Amen. So what's true for Moses is true for you and I. God loves small beginnings. God loves the insufficient, or when we feel insufficient in ourselves. God loves to come in and be the big God. God loves to come in and be the help. Look at some scriptures, Zechariah 4:10. Do not despise the day of small beginnings. Ecclesiastes 7, better is the end than the beginning. Job says, although your beginning was small, your later days will be very great. Job says again in Job 42. So Lord, bless the latter end of Job more than the beginning. God has great plans for our life. Amen. We stay with it. We don't quit. Jeremiah says, for I know your plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans for blessing and hope, and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. Amen. So I'm sure Moses along the way many times, listen, this is too big for me. Listen, I can't handle it. I don't have what it takes. Many times he probably wanted to give up. We know he did want to give up, but he stayed with it, and he ends up taking him all the way to the promised land. Let's look at personal dominion for a minute. Before Moses started his ministry, before he went to Egypt, stood before Pharaoh, let anybody anywhere, personal dominion is an issue. The problem today is, when you, there's people with great callings in my church, I'm sure your church, we look around here, people have calling, you can look at them, they've maybe received a prophecy, they heard from God at the altar, they know they're called, they know they have a destiny, preaching, pioneer, been a missionary or something, but personal dominion is an issue. When a man goes out with no personal dominion, something will blow up. He will blow up down the road, or the work will blow up down the road. So without personal dominion, we're in trouble. So let's look at personal dominion. Here in our text says this. And the Lord said to him, what is that in your hand? He said, a staff, and he said, throw it on the ground. So I threw it on the ground. Then it became a serpent, and Moses ran from it. But the Lord said to Moses, put out your hand, catch it by the tail. He put out his hand and caught it, and it became a staff in his hand. Again, the Lord said to him, put your hand in your coat. He put it in his coat, took it out, and it was leopard like snow. Then God said, put it in again. He took it, put it in, took it out, and it was restored like his flesh. So personal dominion is the issue today. Pastor Campbell has told us that personal dominion is not the same as deliverance. You can have deliverance but not have dominion. Deliverance means to be handed over. When you just say the devil has no choice but to hand us back over. And then the blood of Jesus has defeated him. He knows it. Amen. Broken every power. So we give our life to Jesus. That blood has set us free. He has to hand us back over. But dominion means to rule. Dominion means we're to rule in our own self, our own spirit. So you can have deliverance, you can have calling. I'm going to do this for God. But if you don't have any dominion, So you can have deliverance but not have dominion. So we need both of these things if we're going to do the will of God.
Yeah.
So personal dominion is two things. The one is power over the flesh. God tells Moses, throw down your staff on the ground. So Moses threw it down, and it became a serpent, and Moses ran from him. Moses was a runner. Amen. Remember, before the pressure comes on, Moses runs. Exodus 11. One day when Moses had grown up, he went out to his people and looked on their burdens and saw an Egyptian beating Hebrew, one of his people. He looked this way, looked that way, seeing no one. He struck down the Egyptian and hit him in the sand. When he went out the next day, the whole two Hebrews were struggling together. And he said to the one who was wrong, "Why do you strike your companion?" And he answered, "Who made you a prince and a judge over us? Do you mean to kill me as you killed the Egyptian?" Then Moses was afraid and thought, "Surely this thing is gone." When Pharaoh heard it, he sought to kill Moses. So Moses fled from Pharaoh and stayed in the land of Midian. And he sat down by it. Well, Moses is a runner. Every time the pressure's on, I'm just going to run. I'm not going to stay in guilt. I'm not going to stay and work it through. I'm not going to stay and believe God. But here's the runner. Moses is not going to fulfill the will of God if he has this spirit in him. If he's always going to run when the pressure's on, if he's always just, every time he has to build something, it's easy to run. He can't be that and do the will of God. So running is not an option if you want dominion. In our text, God told Moses, pick the serpent up by the tail. Now that's a pretty, I don't know if I do that. Come on. We're all going to be a little afraid right here. I believe when Moses reached out his hand and grabbed the serpent by the tail, something happened internal. When Moses finally said, "I'm not going to run anymore. I'm going to build the issue. I'm going to believe God. I've never done this before, but I'm going to put out my hand. I'm going to grab the serpent by the tail." When he did that, something happened internal. I believe he became a different man, a man of some dominion. Because after this, Moses is a completely different man. After Moses has this experience, he gets dominion over his flesh. I'm not going to be in fear. I'm not going to run back. I'm not going to live that kind of life. And when he got some dominion, his life changed. The Bible said the serpent became a staff in his hand. If you follow Scripture, that staff became a sign of dominion in Moses' life. Remember before Pharaoh, he raised his staff. And plagues begin to fall. He goes before the Red Sea, raises his staff. The waters part. So what? Amen. So this came a sign of dominion in his life. Moses raised his staff to Pharaoh again, the Red Sea. When Moses stretched out his hand to pick up the serpent by the tail, he was saying to himself and to others, "I'm not running anymore." How many need some dominion over the flesh this morning? At some point, you're going to have to deal with the issue. Moses had to deal with the issue. If we're going to do the will of God, we have to deal with the issue. There's a term they call it EBD. This emotional behavior disorder. Doctors say symptoms to look for are intense mood swings and the inability to build and maintain personal relationships. We don't deal with the same men today as I did when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Like Pastor Ron Barney said, I deal with men myself, never been in fights. I mean, they don't know that struggle. It's good to at least know something. I say about get a fight, but the doctors say what you got to look for is mood swings and the inability to build and maintain a relationship. I know guys that our emotions are like roller coasters. I mean, you talk to them one day, they're on this high. Hey, God's going to help me. The next day, this stuff, God's not going to do anything. God hates me. Everything's bad. They're on this emotional roller coaster. Every day they're different. Every day they just messed up. And these mood swings are damaging their marriage. These mood swings are damaging the relationship with their brethren. Amen. And listen, if they're going to do anything for God, they're going to have to pick this stuff up. You're going to have to pick these emotions up like Moses picked that serpent up by the tail. We have to begin to believe God here. Can you say amen? So So if you're going to do anything for God, you're going to have to get some dominion over your emotions. You know, Matthew 25. This is the story of the men with the 3 talents, or the 3 men with talents. Think about this. These are all men that were selected. Couldn't have chosen anybody. There may be 100 men there, but they were all selected. They were all vested and given opportunity. Now that's a good thing when you say that. When Pastor Campbell called me, when he called you, he could have picked anybody. He could have, he got other men to pick from. He could have said to anybody else, but he said to you, well, listen, I've got an opportunity for you. Amen. So Matthew 25, we see 3 men that are given opportunity to do something for God. Ministry doesn't work out for the one because of his own doings. Remember the one that got the 1 talent? He goes and digs a hole, puts it in the ground, does absolutely nothing with it. How many know when you go out and preach, you don't do anything with anything, you don't get anything. You don't ever outreach, you don't ever pray, you don't ever fast, you don't ever knock on your neighbor's door. I'm a new pastor in town, and you know, if you don't ever do anything, you don't ever get anything. So this man, that's his thing, he never did anything, so he doesn't get anything. Verse 24, and he's held accountable though. In verse 24, he said, I knew you are a hard man, reaping where you had not sown, gathered where you had not scattered. See, his view for his failure is all his pastor's fault. This is my pastor's fault I didn't do anything. This is my pastor's fault I ain't fruitful, my church is falling apart, it's his fault. He's on to say, verse 25, I was afraid. I went and hid your talent in the ground here, you have what's yours. This man's failure was a problem, start with his emotions. EBD, emotional behavior disorder. You know, I have men, they don't show up for outreach, they miss prayer, and sometimes they miss church because they're all emotionless. I said, why would you hear it? And I mean, this all, this still comes out, and you know, I had one a while back where you hate me, you don't eat for me, you don't like me, and all this, I simply just asked where it's at. I just wanted to help him, I just wanted to help him. You guys got a plan for your life, and guys wanted to, but then all this stuff comes out. And I told him, man, you guys get a handle on that. You ain't going to be able to react like that in every situation in life. You guys get a handle on it. Yeah. And especially, you know, I want to minister or to preach. You're never going to be able to preach with that. In Matthew 25, the other 2 men did well. The Bible said they doubled their investments. And the master said to them, well done, good and faithful servant. Let they get the same opportunity to all 3. The same opportunity was given to all 3 as the other 2. Simply went out and worked, labored, did what they're supposed to do, and it worked. How many of what we do works? It works. And if you're going to be this emotional mess, it's not going to work very well. Yeah. So 1, you have to get dominion over your flesh. And 2, I believe you have to get dominion in your mind. You have to get dominion in your mind by trusting God. We see this in our text. Again, the Lord said to him, put your hand inside your coat, and he put it inside his coat. And when he took it out, behold, his hand was white as leather. Then God said, put your hand back inside your coat. He put it back inside his coat, took it out, and behold, was restored like the rest of his flesh. By picking up the serpent by the tail, Moses got dominion in the flesh. By putting his hand in his coat the second time, he's dominion in his mind. He's simply going to trust God now. I don't know if you put your hand, you go pull out leather, you're going to flip out a little bit. Moses, no doubt, amen. He's a man just like you. No doubt everything in him is wanting to flip out. He's wanting to scream, hollow, you know how it is. But he has to learn how to trust God here. He has to get dominion over the flesh and emotions, all of that first. Now he has to learn how to trust God. No matter how difficult it looks, how bad it is, I'm going to trust God. He gets dominion in his mind. When you're able to process things right, in your mind, things are restored. The Bible said he was restored like the rest of his flesh. You know, the devil assaults every attempt to get dominion. He assaults every attempt when we say we're going to get dominion over these areas of our flesh. whether it be like Moses or a runner or something else. The devil always tries to assault that, tempt him. We see this in our text. Moses throws his staff down and becomes a serpent. I believe that serpent was designed by hell to put fear in Moses' heart. I mean, when you throw a staff on there, and it was not just nice little snakes, probably hits and spitting. I remember in Africa, we had called spitting cobras. And these were the nice little snakes, man. You see a spitting cobra, you stay away from it. Because what a spitting cobra does, it spits up and it tries to blind his prey. And when it blinds up, it's going to do some damage. So a lot of the dogs and different things, they always have to watch out for these spitting cobras, but the devil tries to put fear in Moses, he throws it down, and all of a sudden he tries to create this atmosphere of fear. So Moses has to, the Satan tries to create these perfect storms to put fear in your life to paralyze you. Look at 1 Samuel 17. It says the champion named Goliath from Gath came out of the Philistine camp, 9 feet high, 9 inches tall, wearing bronze helmet, bronze armor, his staff is like a weaver's beam, and then he shouted at the formation of Israel, amen. So I mean, here's a huge giant, and the devil, the whole purpose of bringing that out was to intimidate all the soldiers. Was to put fear in them, like just create some fear here. They're not going to come out, and they're going to believe God. Verse 11 in word, when Saul was and all of Israel heard these words of the Philistines, they were dismayed and greatly afraid. So the devil loves to use fear. I remember that first time here, you just out there by yourself with your wife, and you're out there, and you feel the heat come on. You'll have a brother in the car, you'll have another couple running through the church, and it's you and all the city out there, not here. I remember people in all kinds of churches like, you got that little storefront. And you wouldn't notice it. You pass over big churches, all the families get out of the cars, you bring your kids in, and you look at your churches. Palm City, Oklahoma, and we're fighting hell and heaven. We're trying to get one soul, and we'll pull up one day our church, and the parking lot's full. God, everybody repeat each other. So, man, I'm happy, I'm and then I run into open up, and I go to love, they know right there. I'm like, where's all the cars at? What's all the cars? Well, what happened is the church over here overflowed. Right in the window. This is Potter's house. Yes, I can. I didn't know what I'm talking about. 2 Timothy 1:7 says, for God didn't give us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. I remember in that city, we weren't having church in the buildings. I'm going to go outside. Amen. So every Sunday afternoon, I'd stand on hills, and they had a flea market thing. And so I'd stand every Sunday, preaching, preach something. But I mean, this spirit every week. People come around and hollering and throwing things, saying things, and you lay there and you feel like there's a whip up. And the devil trying to beat you up with fear, but listen, you begin to get a hold of God, you get dominion there, you get some breakthrough. So if we're going to be successful in the kingdom of God, dominion is everything. Doing the will of God, personal dominion is everything. When Moses got dominion over his flesh and in his mind, he takes Israel all the way through the desert to the door of the promised land. You know the story. If you read the book of Exodus, the first 4 or 5 books of the Bible, it's incredible. Not only did Moses do that, but he built the tabernacle, set up the priesthood, goes up the mountain, gets the 10 Commandments, establishes the law. All of that happened after Moses got some dominion. Listen, when you get some dominion in your life, the dominion over that flesh, the dominion in your mind, listen, the possibilities are great with God. look last and all about God here. 40 years earlier, Moses fell because it was all about Moses. Many times the reason we fell because it's all about us. We're so concerned about how we're going to look. I've been there. How's the pastor going to think he gets to read the paper, only two people Sunday? And we start thinking it's all about us. All the ministry begins to be about us. Moses made that same mistake. Exodus 2 verse 11. One day Moses went out to his people and looked on the burdens and saw an Egyptian being Hebrew, one of his own. He looked this way, that way, seeing no one. He struck the Egyptian and hit him in the sand. Moses said, you know what? I'm going to do the will of God my way. These are the enemies of God. Go down and beat them, kill them. How many can't go to the church like that? Next, you got to love folks, preach them, love them. You can't tell them what you always want to tell them. Before the service started, was outside by the toilets, and somebody's out there with the preachers, and he got some surgery done, and he's a little, he got some medicine in him. And so he's been rolling on land a little bit, so he shows up at church after the surgery, so the disciples asked, hey, you going to preach tonight? No. You don't want to hear what I got to say tonight. Where I'm feeling right now, I'm going to tell you guys the truth. We're going to let somebody else preach tonight. It can't be all about you if you don't succeed in ministry. When ministry is all about you, listen, you're going to say things and do things if you get you in trouble. Not only is dominion important for success in ministry, but also how we respond to God. And I got 5 things here Moses did. I believe that we can learn from 5 things Moses did. 1, Moses turned aside. In verse 3 says, I will turn aside to see this great sight. While the bush is not burned, when the Lord saw that he turned aside. Turning aside is giving God your full attention. Moses finally comes to the point. Remember, he's been on the run for 40 years. This guy just taking some time off to get restored, encouraged, go back out again. Moses has been on the run for 40 years, but he finally made a decision. God supernaturally does something. He realizes God. He has to make a decision. So is it going to be about me still, or am I going to finally turn to God? Turn to God and give God his full attention. And I believe that we're going to have to do. We're going to respond to God. Say, God, it's all about you. It's not about me anymore. God, you have my full attention. The second thing, Moses has an ear for God's voice. Moses said, here am I. Moses finally hears God. He doesn't hear his own complaints. He doesn't hear his flesh. But he finally hears God. And that's when you hear God. These are one of the things that has to be. He hears God. Samuel, remember Samuel, speak, Lord, for your servant hears. Third thing, Moses embraces holiness. Take your sandals off your feet, for the place on which you're standing is holy ground. I know the ministry is holy. You have to embrace holiness. If we're going to excel the things of God, holiness has to be yours. Amen. You can't be playing the world, look at this, look at that, and think you're going to build a ministry. It's not going to work. Moses finally said, holiness is an issue. I'm going to live right, I'm going to live clean. Holiness has to be embraced. First Peter says, for you are holy, for he is holy, so you be holy. Without holiness, no one will see the Lord. So holiness is something we have to embrace, especially the pastor. I mean, the horrible thing in our generation, we're hearing about different pastors, different places, all these priests, all this uncleanness, it hurts the gospel. Fourth thing, Moses sees that's bigger than just him. How does what we're involved in is not just about us? It's not the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. You know what's kept me going sometimes? I thought, well, how's Pastor Campbell feel about this? How's this going to affect my brother if I say this or do this, if I react this way, if I give up, amen, it's not all about you. What we're involved in, amen, is we're connected, we're fellowship, whether there's brethren, there's pastors, and as we understand, this is not all about us. And Moses finally understands, listen, I'm connected to something bigger than me. This started way back with Abraham. The fifth thing, he's humble. The Bible said Moses hid his face, get afraid to look at God. Pride is a horrible thing. The Bible said God hates pride. Matter of fact, that's one of the 7 things God hates is pride. God hates pride. And you finally got 15 people. See, you're walking in like you were Brian. We haven't got to 10. I'll tell you we got. After and I was there. I'm bigger than that now. God hates pride. See, it's all about God. The people get behind you. Isn't it amazing when people can see what you're doing? And it's all about God. They got behind Moses. Exodus 12, verse 20. The people of Israel went and did so. The Lord had commanded Moses and Aaron, so they did. Amen. So Moses is in the will of God. He's standing before Pharaoh. He's preaching to them. They say, listen, this is the will of God. God's hands on. But they all got behind him. I'm telling you, I believe many times the churches get a congregation is wanting a pastor that's sold out, that's completely given over to God. They're completely willing to get behind that man. So I believe if we will surrender to God, we're going to see some great things. See, the will of God works well when it's all about God. You know, Moses gives us some hope for that. Moses started out small, the burning bush. He didn't have the numbers, didn't have all the success, didn't have the people. Simply, he just hit. We pioneer it, and it's just us, something that gets us hope. But Moses does the will of God. He stays with it through all the struggles and disappointments. He ends up bringing a bunch of people across the desert to the promised land. That gives us hope, amen, if we can just stay with it and believe God. Make some decisions. I'm going to get dominion over my flesh. I'm not going to run anymore. I'm going to get dominion in my mind. I'm going to begin to trust God. Listen, who knows what we can do for God? I encourage you again, give yourself all to God. Make your life, your ministry, all about God. And we're going to believe God for some great things in conference. We serve a good God, can you say? Hallelujah. I look back on the years of my ministry and just the investments been put in my life. And I remember the first time I went to Africa, Pastor Campbell reminded me that day, we spent zillions of dollars on you. I said, yeah, I know. But you know what? There is. There's a big investment made in us. But listen, that's Pastor Campbell said with a smile because listen, he did it over and over and over. If he sees somebody that's sold out, Pastor, give it up to we'll do something for God. Okay, let's do it. Let's. And I remember again in South Africa, different places, always willing to make that investment into our life. And I believe we're going to be thrilled again Thursday and Friday. Because that's who He is, amen. Listen, we're serving God, give it all to God. I believe God's going to give us an incredible ministry ourselves. We're going to see some great things. That's all I got. Just want to sit down.